గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ యూ. నేను మీ డాక్టర్ బాలాజీ నూజిళ్ళ. ఈరోజు మన టాపిక్ క్రిందటి వారంలాగానే కొంతమంది ప్రేక్షకుల విన్నపం మీద, అలాగే చాలామందికి అర్థం అవ్వాలని చెప్పేసి ఇంగ్లీష్లో కావాలి, ఇంగ్లీష్లో కొంతమంది చెప్పమని చెప్పి అడిగారు. కాబట్టి ఎస్పెషల్లీ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ ఇంజనీర్స్కి ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్ అనేది చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. ఇఫ్ యూ టాక్ అబౌట్ స్పైన్, there are many mechanical issues which are related to spine for software engineers and those who are working with visual display units like laptops and all. In the present pandemic area or in the present pandemic situation, what we have is we have got a lot of issues, people, so we have got a number of people working from home, only few people going to the office. Whether you people are at home or at office, one thing you need to remember is the software engineers or those who are working continuously, the IT guys and the computer engineers and all, you need to have a proper care regarding your spine. Because more often than not, the large chunk of people what I get nowadays, largest chunk of people what I get nowadays are software engineers and IT guys who have been complaining about back pain, neck pain, and especially back pain. We have an idea that, or we have a predisposition that back pain is only lower back pain. No, it is the upper back pain also is one of the major concern nowadays. Most of the people land up having pain right from the neck to the shoulders to the upper back into the thorax part, or we call it as the upper back of it, then radiating or referring down to the lower back part of it. Also, because of these things, they will be complaining of numerous predisposed back induced hip pains and back induced leg pains. Now, how it is, it's a different concept. Why it is a different concept. It depends on the knowledge, the understandability of the individuals. But in this program, we are not discussing about the biomechanical aspect, because once I start discussing biomechanical aspects and all, it becomes more of a knowledge session or knowledge sharing rather than a session which is for the goodness or idea of you people, the IT guys. You people are not my students now. Basically, the main thing of this program is to educate you guys regarding your good postures, your bad postures, how to come out of the bad postures and all. So let's not go deep into the technical aspect of the back and biomechanics and all. Coming back to the spine, the first and the foremost thing you people will be suffering, the IT guys. The very word you people I refer to in this program is especially IT guys and VDU workers, visual display unit workers, means those who are working mainly on the laptop and all. Now, what happens? What happens when you start working? The very moment you see me, you look at me, I have rested both my hands on the table and I'm speaking to you guys. But what happened to you people when you start working on a laptop? When you start working on a laptop or whatever it is, if your posture is not good enough, what happens to your spine? The spine here in this picture what I am showing here, this is the spine picture of it, and the upper part of the spine, coming to the spine, the upper part of the spine, what we call it as cervical spine. The cervical spine, it has got 7 vertebrae as I've previously mentioned in my previous programs and all. So these 7 vertebrae, it should maintain this minimum bit of curvature. If this minimum bit of curvature is not maintained, if you start coming forward and if you start leaning forward, what happens is the curvature of the spine is lost and it becomes straight. So what happens? The muscles behind the spine, they get overstretched. The ligaments behind the spine, they get overstretched. So coming to the neck part of the thing, there are many issues called as forward neck posture and upper cervical spine pain and all those things. So these things, usually these pains, they usually radiate to from the neck or from the upper neck, they radiate to either sides of the head. Also, these pains also might radiate wherever the cervical spine nerve roots they get supplied. If the nerve root get irritated, that area or that muscle of the cervical spine or the muscles, they get irritated, the muscles go into spasm, everything, all the havoc sets in, and literally there will be a cross lock, absolute lock at the cervical spine, leading to a stiff neck and inability to move around, inability to turn around, and a lot of pain which will be concerning and which will be really disturbing you in your daily activities and work. This is regarding the upper cervical spine. This is purely the muscular part or the soft tissue irritation part. There can be another thing also. As I have previously mentioned in my Telugu videos and all, there can be a disc bulge or a disc prolapse at any of the level, and more so common the C5 and C6 levels of the cervical spine most commonly, and that disc prolapse can lead to impingement of the nerve, leading to the radiculopathy and all issues, or nerve pain issues. Whenever the nerve gets irritated, there will be a pain dragging down the arm or the upper limb or the hand or wherever the nerve is supplying to. So this is the neurological part of it. Also, there can be, because of the posture and all, your blood vessels which can, or which come out of the thorax, we call it as thoracic outlet vessels, neurovascular bundle and all. So if you have extra cervical ribs, etc., and all those things, these are many, I can say, many wonderful words you find on the net if you start googling it. So my sincere request for all the patients or all the individuals who have this neck pain because of posture, they think or you think because of posture and all, whenever you think that there is there is some postural issue, or if you are having some neck pain and all, what you do is better consult your nearby therapist or an orthopedician basically, to get rid of all the doubts. Do not Google it, do not discuss with those people who just have an idea but not professionally into the things and all. So basically discuss with those guys or those professionals like orthopedician or the physiotherapist, get an idea, proper idea about the reason behind the neck pain or reason behind the headache, what we commonly call it as neck induced headache, or sometimes even there can be some fancy names like cervicogenic headache, most commonly misleading into migraine. Few people think it is migraine. So never ever when you start working on a visual display unit, you tend to obviously go into a bad posture, and because of this, postural issues or posture induced pains can happen. Also, there can be some pre-existing illness like migraine or cervicogenic headache which is predisposingly which could be present, but these especially cervicogenic headaches and all, they get irritated or they get induced because of your improper posture and all. So never come to your own conclusion by watching any videos or anything. These are just for your educational purpose or for your idea purpose. Only best thing is to have a proper knowledge. First and the foremost thing is, don't get panic if you have any neck pain or a headache and all. First, try to find out if there is any postural induced causes or not. These things you can easily find out by maintaining proper posture. So how to maintain a proper posture? Regarding neck, how to maintain a proper posture? First and the foremost thing is sit straight with the neck proper in proper position. In a side angle view, you should maintain the curvature of the neck, and also do not lean the head forward. Do not do this sniffing position. When you start doing this sniffing position, and if you see in the side view, if you start doing the chin forward or a sniffing position, what will happen? Your upper cervical muscles will get irritated, and you often have just a pain exactly at the junction between head and the neck. This is the most common complaint from the IT guys or the visual display unit workers and all. Coming to the mid cervical issues or the between, when you see in the image, the upper cervical issues will lead to the suboccipital pain or the pain which is just beneath the skull behind and all. And mid-spinal issues or the mid-cervical nerve root compression issues, you will have pain radiating down the upper limb and all because of compression of certain nerve roots. Let's not go into the depth of the root values and all. This is not for your education and all. It's just for your idea. So, going to that, this is the main important thing, wherein if you don't support your upper limbs properly over a table, chances of that, more often than not, you might be overstretching your neck muscles or the upper shoulder muscle called as trapezius muscle. The upper part of the trapezius muscle, which is above the shoulder here, you end up in overstretching it, thereby leading to either trapezitis or trapezius muscle strain, or there could be certain trigger points developing in that area or in the muscle, again which leads to your pain into the radiating pain or referred pain into the neck or into down the arm and all. These are the common things regarding the mid cervical spine and lower cervical spine. So what I say seriously is, first thing is to correct the posture. Correct the posture by properly maintaining the neck position. Do not stoop or do not do the chin forward techniques. And third main important thing is supporting your upper limb. The supporting the upper limbs is one of the most important things. At least 8 out of 10 people who come to me with the neck pain and the upper trapezius pain, they get rid of, just like that, they get rid of the pain just by supporting the upper limbs and also having some transient pain relief therapy with the help of medications given by the orthopedician, followed by regular postural correction by supporting the upper limbs, not leaving the upper limbs to the gravity. What happens is the loads on the muscles, they decrease. So all this, by making all these postural corrections and supporting to the upper limb and all, for sure you can avoid, most of the times you can avoid landing into painful situations or having a lot of trouble and all those things. So this is regarding neck, especially neck.
వీడియో చూసినందుకు ధన్యవాదములు. ఈ వీడియో మీకు నచ్చినట్లయితే లైక్ బటన్ క్లిక్ చేయండి. మరిన్ని వీడియోలు పొందాలంటే దయచేసి సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేయండి. మీ సూచనలు సలహాలు తప్పక తెలియచేయండి.